Giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Harakakadash, and double honors to our apostles and elders here at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Lord's hopefully elect. So real quick, I wanted to show you something. A brother shared this link, and it's regarding these meetings. It's called a Bilderberg meeting, right? And it actually had already just passed in June, from June 12th to June 15th, 2025. This was in Stockholm, Sweden. So this meeting, which I'm gonna read, it goes back to like the 50s. This is like an annual secret elite meeting with members from, the secret elites, and they have a discussion every year on what they want to talk about. And just in particular, they had a meeting and they were talking about these things. Right, it says transatlantic relationship, Ukraine, U.S. economy, Europe, Middle East, authoritarian axis, defense innovation and resilience, AI, deterrence and national security, proliferation, geopolitics of energy and critical minerals, and depopulation and migration. So now we know when they talk about depopulation, as they've been talking about, we know that they believe and they push a narrative that this is something that needs to be discussed because the earth is overpopulated and it's a problem, etc. So if you just Googled Bilderberg meeting, the Wikipedia says the Bilderberg meeting is an annual off-the-record forum established in 1954 to foster dialogue between Europe and North America. The group's agenda, originally to prevent other world's war, is now defining as bolstering a consensus around free market Western capitalism and its interest around the globe. Now you know they're only going to water it down so much, but here you have the world's elites, and behind closed doors, they're discussing their future agenda. And this year, that's what they were talking about. And in particular, they talked about what depopulation and migration. Now, I watched this video not that long ago, and it reminded me that this man's a damn liar. Okay, when he wants to talk about how the earth is overpopulated and they need to come up with a depopulation strategy, and there's too many people on the earth, so that's why they push abortions. You had the gates of hell, who I believe is Antiochus Epiphanes the fourth reincarnated, go on that TED talk and say that we could reduce the population as much as 10% thanks to jabs. And he has another video out that says that it's scary when you hear that. It's scary when you hear that people who have access to good health care survive longer. He said that's scary, and he said that they need to come up with a way to stop people from populating. So now I watched this back when it was released. It's from Orlando Minor. He covers current details. But look at what you're going to hear about Florida, just Florida dealing with their housing market.
How bad are things in Florida? From a real estate standpoint, I'll tell you how bad. Lee County, Cape Coral, and Fort Myers. It's a small county. It's a small area. How many homes do you think are for sale in Little Lee County, Florida? You probably couldn't guess if you wanted to, but believe it or not, right now, there is over 24,000 homes for sale in Lee, the most ever. There's never, ever in the history of Lee County been 24,000 homes for sale. What?
So, because they're talking about how bad it is in Florida regarding buying a house because the cost of stuff.
car down, and I make money. I make a lot of money. The dream is free.
Well, we were wrong, but I know what you're thinking. I'm just, and how this is going to affect you. I want to thank everybody. And I also have commercial property or investment properties
That is going on.
So just in this one county, he's talking about how they have over 24,000 houses unoccupied. Now let's hear the total occupants that can hold.
Not only in Lee County, but around Florida, because let me ask you another question. How many vacant homes do you think are in Florida right now? Vacant. No one inside. How many? 500,000? 800,000? 1,000,000. Those would all be wrong because it's double that number. There right now in Florida, there's over 2 million empty homes in Florida. And it's only getting worse.
It sounded more.
So in Florida alone, there are over 2 million homes unavailable. So how is it that when they push this narrative of overpopulation, that the world is too big, there's not enough space, we're running out of space, it's too many people. Well, that right there proves to you that that whole depopulation agenda is one big fat lie, because you can just use Florida as an example. Florida right now has over 2 million homes unoccupied. 2 million. Think of how many people you can fit just in that one state. And that's just one state. But I thought the earth was overpopulated. Wouldn't the statistics and the evidence show the opposite to support their argument? Wouldn't it show that there's just not enough homes available for people? And wouldn't you see that effect happen in multiple states and across the globe? That's BS. So if Florida has over 2 million and increasing houses that are empty, that means they have all the space in the world to house millions of people. Because if one house could hold one, you can, let's just say on average, one house is 5 people per one house. That's 5 million people. That's basically a 5 million available occupancy right now in one place. But these devils want to talk about how they got to figure out how to reduce the population. This is how you know he's just a damn liar and he's a devil. And you know it goes back to their Georgia Guidestones. Let me pull that up. Which reads their first law on their Guidestone is maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. So this is their agenda. And they've been working towards it. Why else you think they would erect it? And you may say, well, what's the point of that? Well, the point of that is they want to be like the Most High. Everything the Heavenly Father does, this devil tries to do on the carnal means on the opposite. So the Heavenly Father written his laws, statutes, and commandments, especially his first 10 on tablets of stone. So this devil tried to erect his own laws on tablets of stone. The Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shah, said he is brought forth to bring life and people might live. The devil is coming that people might die. The Most High created his own mark of exemption of showing that you his spiritually. This devil's coming with his own mark, except it's going to be carnally. So everything that this devil's trying to do, he's trying to mimic the Heavenly Father. And his goal is that he wants to push an agenda to try to eliminate as many people on the planet as possible by using any means necessary so that he can better control them. Because, they want to be the gods on the earth, and it's easier for them to control a smaller population of people. The Heavenly Father created all the creatures and planted everything on the earth so that things might have their life. This devil is coming to destroy it and to try to so-called maintain it. So he's coming up with his own GMO foods, right? And say this is food, taking that which is natural and corrupting it and polluting it and twisting it to come up with his own invention. To say that this is that, the earth, the Lord created the medicines out of the earth, the herbs and whatnot. This devil said, no, we're going to use petroleum based, and we're going to, change how that works. And then, going back to the food, the Heavenly Father created seeds in the herb itself so that it may carry on its life. So life will continue to generate life. This devil creates one, I forgot the name of it, but they call it generation dead seeds, meaning it's designed to where it will not produce its own seed. Why? So that they could control the food. They could control the farmers. So they force the farmers to buy from them each and every year, because they genetically engineer it to where it won't reproduce its own self, so that they can control the food. Now, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just provide, because this is how you know this man's the devil, okay? You want to talk about solving world hunger, but you intentionally engineer food to where it won't reproduce itself. This is why you know this man's just a liar. Okay? It's just a front for him to get what he wants, these bill passed. So when they come up with this depopulation agenda, they're going to talk about climate control. They're going to talk about what they call it, global warming. All these things. Oh, we're trying to save the planet. It's just it's a deception so that you can give up your freedom. That's all it is. And people actually believe this stuff. Well, I want to have kids anywhere. The world overpopulated. You can fit over 500 million. You got 2 million vacant houses in Florida alone. But you want to talk about some overpopulation? Yahweh Shah said at John 8:44, ye of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Who was he talking about? The first murderer was Cain, because he was of that wicked one, because he had the spirit of the devil in him. Cain came back as Esau Edom. So all he does is murder and lie. NLT, for you are the children of your father the devil, and you love the evil things he does. He was a murderer from the beginning. He always hated the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he lies, it is consistent with his character, for he is a liar and the father of it. Exactly. His character, okay, his own, himself, is to harbinger death around the world. That's all he knows. So he's not going to push or teach a message that promotes life. No, only death. That's why they're going to teach a depopulation agenda, and they're going to try to pamper it up as if they're trying to save the planet. No, they're trying to destroy the planet and extract it for all of its resources and use it to destroy itself, really. So this is proof that depopulation agenda is a big fat lie. This man's just the devil. And in no way in hell is the earth even close to being overpopulated. Shalom.